All right, the LA Chargers get bad news, and it has to do with the Broncos. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to the Chargers. And one of the things that we like to do on this channel is try not to be in a vacuum on just like, oh, Chargers, look what they did, look what they did. You got some other good teams in your division. It's important to see what they're doing as well, and it's a good time of year to do that. And it directly impacts you. It's important to look at as well. So here it is. The Broncos had a formal interview with Terrence Ferguson, tight end. Now, this is why this is an interesting thing, is because on this channel and in other places we've looked on this channel at articles that are showing that Chargers need a tight end, and the top tight ends may not be as you might not get the top tight ends, and then the Colson Lovelands that could be there, but it's like, man, there's really some good tight ends, Terrence Ferguson being one of them, that you could get in the third, maybe fourth round. But the Broncos are on it as well, and the Broncos need a tight end. And there's another tight end that we're looking at as well, and I'll get to that in just a second. But he was Bo Nix's tight end. He had 42 receptions, 400 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 23. Senior year wasn't that great. He's 6'4", 245, can run and block okay. Sean Payton is looking for his joker, and while Ferguson's not the most athletic, he could be an option. Whoop. Oh, jeez. Hold on. He could be an option. Hold on. In the third or fourth round of the draft. This is like, shoot, that is where the Chargers actually want to take a tight end. In the beginning rounds, you either want a really good interior offensive lineman or some really good splash players, wide receiver, running back. So keep that in mind. Here's another thing that's like, is this real or what's going on here? Is Rob Gronkowski wants to return to the NFL, possibly. And the Broncos could be one of the teams in the mix. And here's why. Two of his brothers both had short stints with the team over 10 years ago. Let me remove this here. Here's a tweet that he worked with Sean Payton at Fox. I'm told he loves Denver. He loves Bo Nix. Two of his brothers, Dan and Chris, had short stints with the team. So I don't know what Rob Gronkowski would be like, but it's like, let's not have him go there. Because I think if you're a Chargers fan, you're looking at the Broncos like, I don't hate you. I respect you. I was expecting you to not be as good as quick as you were. Denver's probably saying the same thing. Like, shoot, we know we've got the Chiefs. The Raiders are just pesky. Now they're going to be even more pesky. But Chargers and Broncos are kind of like, we can just be cool, right? And now both teams are a lot better than we all kind of expected right out of the gates, because the Broncos, with Sean Payton and having the Russell Wilson dead cap and just all that, it's like Bo Nix, rookie, like what are they going to do? It's like, oh, shoot. So tight end is something that they're going to focus on. Now let me shift over here. This is really good to see, give an idea of where the Broncos, or where the Chargers could be focused. Here's a list of all 9 LA Chargers draft prospect meetings. There he is. Boise State running back had a formal combine interview with 10 teams, including the Chargers. Genty is expected to be drafted in the top 10 of the first round. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think when you look at the top 10, there's quarterbacks, there's some big offensive linemen, there's a couple DNs, and I mean, you get to pick 12, 13, 14 pretty quick in the draft before he goes. So I don't think he makes it to 22, but it's worth keeping an eye on there. Another running back, Ollie Gordon. He's expected to go in the 4th round. Okay, so you can see how it's like maybe you wait on the running back if you don't get the running back here. A corner, and then here was Penn State's Tyler Warren, who's expected, again, to go in the top 10 of the first round. I don't think even that high, but still wouldn't be there for 22. And this is what we're talking about. You miss out on Warren, but then you would have to then decide, do we go tight end or later in the draft? So it's something to keep an eye on. More running backs. So, well, here's a wide receiver. 2 wide receivers. Great to see that. and then also another running back. So that's 3 running backs. Shows you that, all right, running back's going to be important for the Chargers, as it should be, because the running back position has really come back, and young, fresh, out of college running back is going to be so valuable because they're inexpensive and don't have a lot of tread on the tires, so that's great. Or they have a lot of tread on the tires. What am I saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. I think it's important, and we'll keep doing this, is looking around the league a little bit more, especially in the division, to just be like, look at what kind of other teams are doing, because we get so focused on our own team and what our team's doing. It's like there's 31 other teams, and they're trying their butt off to find the right players, do the right things, so we can't forget that. And I think this division is... I think you want a bad division, right? Like I'm pretty sure that's what you want, but that's not the case. With the Chiefs, of course, being in the division, the Raiders going to be just pesky is the word. It's like you went from a terrible coach and a terrible quarterback to a good coach and possibly trading for Stafford is what the Raiders could do. So keep an eye on that one. Broncos, we just talked about it. Man, they are, again, and I'm giving you the outsider's perspective because it's easy for a Chargers fan to be like, oh, they suck. Oh, the Broncos suck. Well, rookie quarterback, first year, I thought he would too. Of all the quarterbacks, I thought Bo Nix was just not going to do anything. Great numbers. They were even like 25th in explosive plays, right? They weren't even getting really explosive plays, but he just kept the offense moving. Defense had settled down from years past. So it's like, oh, great. Broncos are going to be good. Chargers are clearly going to be good. Jim Harbaugh's got him in the mix. Like, it's clear. But there's a lot going on in this division. You win this division, you earn it. Playoffs, home playoff game, like all is good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, if you're new to the channel, we started this because we're Jim Harbaugh fans, and then we just kind of kept talking about the Chargers, and now it's been a really fun thing to just share our thoughts from an outsider's perspective on your team as you really rebuild this thing. Just because the Lions did the same thing 4 years ago, and we got to watch that, and now we're watching you do it, and at a lot quicker pace. But still doing it the right way. And so Jim Harbaugh's guy's incredible. I don't know how he does it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.